Alright, today I'm going to show you how to make a steak right here. I have a USDA choice beef ribeye steak, boneless. As you can see, there's no bones in there. Alright, USDA choice beef, perfect for grilling, but I'm actually going to pan fry this. Let's get started. So all you're going to need is the steak right here. I have about a pound of steak, salt right here, 100% all-American salt, pepper, right here, all-American pepper, black pepper cornet, and garlic. Absolute goodness. Now let's get started. I'm going to go ahead and open up the steak. Just open up the steak just like this. All right, peel back the steak. Zoom in so you can see it. Look at that. Glistening in the sunlight. All right. And the first thing I'm going to do is take a fork and I'm going to just fork it. Fork the steak on one side, and then I'm going to flipperate the steak on this side and fork it up on this side. Absolute goodness. All right, after I've done that, I'm going to take a little bit of salt, put a little bit of salt on one side, and then pepper. Fresh ground peppercorn pepper. All right, so I have that on this one side, and then I'm going to take some garlic right here. I have a clove of garlic, and I have a shredder right here, and I'm just going to shred it. Some garlic onto the steak, and then I have this, and I'm just going to rub it into the steak, get all the flavoration. Let me zoom in so you can see what I'm talking about. So you can get all the flavoration into the steak. Just keep on doing that. Maybe poke it a little bit more. Get all the flavoration in there. Absolute goodness, all right? So you have one side, and then I'm gonna flip it back over and do the other side, all right? I'm gonna take a little bit, zoom out, take a little bit of salt. All right, have a little bit of salt, pepper. Got some pepper on there, and then once again, I have one more clove of garlic that's actually cut in half by accident. Absolute goodness. And I'm just gonna shred this, shred the other part, and then there's some up in here. I'm gonna scrape this off right here, put that on there, and then again, rub it in for marination, tenderization. Absolute goodness. All right, so we have all of this prep work. This is what we call in chef school prep work. All right, done. Now it's time to start the fry potato. Absolute goodness. All right, as you can see, I've been heating up my pan right here. The pan is hot. Now it's time to put the steak inside of the pan. Absolute goodness. So I'm just gonna grab my steak. Look at it. All right, it's ready to go in here. Absolute goodness. You see, look at the steak. All right, look at the garlic, look at the pepper, look at the saute. Absolute goodness. All right, we're gonna go ahead and place this on here. All right, listen to that. Listen to the sizzling sound that the steak is making. Let me zoom in so you can see a little bit of this perfection that's going on right here. So it's cooking on the bottom side right now. It's brownitating, all right? And we're gonna browntate the other side. But before we get that, I'm gonna show you a trick that will make every steak the best steak you've ever had in your life. Absolute goodness. Let me zoom out a little bit. So what I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna show you this trick, all right? I am taking 100% all-American butter, all right? I'm gonna take a little bit of butter, and then I'm gonna take a couple of slices of butter, all right? And put it just on top of the steak. Absolute goodness. All right. Now, this is going to start to melterate a little bit, and then when I flipitate it, it will start to cook with the steak, giving it an absolute goodness type of taste. Let me put one more slice of butter on the middle. Absolute goodness. All right, so you have that in there. All right, have the steak cooking at a medium to medium. All right. And then I'm just gonna take, let me zoom in so you can see some of this. This is smelling great. Come up to the screen, smell the garlic. It's really coming out of the steak right here. All right, we're gonna go ahead and check up underneath it, see how well it's brownitating. Absolute goodness. Should have put a little bit of butter down at the bottom, the beginning, but you know what? I don't have a time machine, so I'm not gonna worry about that. Just gonna let this finish brownitating, let some of the natural oil from the steak start to permeate the pan. Absolute goodness. Go ahead and get this going. Smell the steak. Once it starts to browntate on the bottom and sear a little bit, I'm gonna flip it. All right, I'm gonna flip it. Not quite there yet. Let me turn up the heat just a little bit. Look at the butter, it's starting to soften up a little bit, which is okay. I just need it on there for the flipitation. Absolute goodness. This is going really well. I'm gonna take my thongs right here, shift it around. Absolute goodness. But look at it, it's starting to smell great. You see some of the steam coming up. Let me zoom in a little bit so you can see. You can see some of the steam coming up. That's from the steak cooking, the moisture coming out, being released from the steak. Absolute goodness. It's about time for me to flip it. Let me just check the underneath it. Seared just wonderfully. All right. I'm gonna go ahead and flip this really quick. I'm gonna go ahead and do this right here, get some more of those sear marks before I make the initial flip. I'm gonna flip it twice to cook this steak. Absolute goodness. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and flip it. Get that butter underneath. That butter start to fry it's eating. Absolute goodness. I'm gonna go ahead and let this simmer. I'm gonna zoom in so you can see all this going on really quick. Go ahead and zoom in so you can see this. Absolute goodness. All right, as you can see, it's cooking quite nicely right here. All right, just gonna keep on letting this cook. We're gonna make this medium well. All right, some people like it medium rare, I like it medium well. So you see the butter starting to brownate, cook in with the garlic. Going well, check the bottom of it. Yep, absolute goodness. Zoom out a little bit, let's see what's going on right here. This steak, doesn't it look good? Absolute goodness. Starting to brown a little bit. Hopefully the smoke alarm won't go off. It's smoking a little bit. It's okay. That's what happens when you cook a steak. Smokes a little bit. Not the end of the world. Just gonna keep on frying this really quick. Look at that. Look at the juices starting to come out. The butter starting to melterate. Look at that. Absolute goodness. I'm going to put another slice of butter on top so when I flip it for the second flip, some of the butter will permeate the steak. Absolute goodness. We get one right there. And one right there. Absolute goodness. Go ahead. Get a little bit of peppier. I think I'm going to sprinkle a little bit of peppier on here. Go ahead and let me zoom out a little bit so you can see a little bit of the scope of what's going on. Get a little bit more peppier. Put some peppier on there. I like peppier on the steak. Absolutely. Doesn't it look good? Look at the pepper flakes sitting on the butter. Look at that. Pepper flakes sitting on the butter. All right. Right there, just waiting. This steak is going to be so good. Absolute goodness. All right, I'm gonna check underneath this and see if it's about time for it to flip. Oh yeah, it's about time to flip this steak one last time. Absolute goodness. Let me zoom in so you can see it one more time before I flip it. Look at that. Wow, absolute goodness. I'm gonna go ahead and flip this right now. This is the last flip. Get that butter in there. Flavoration, nothing but 100% flavoration going on right here. Look at that. Ladies and gentlemen, look at that. Look at the steak. Look at it simmering. Look at it sitting in the butter, the flavoration. Absolute goodness, if you ask me. Absolute goodness.